Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. Curtis. Finding out that, first of all, I think we all knew since days ago, especially yesterday, that we knew that Curtis was going to be paralyzed. But with that being said, I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of a hard scene to sit there and watch. Um, Curtis realizing that his life was practically over. You know, Portia sitting there talking about, well, you're lucky to be alive and stuff like that. But I mean, there's alive and then there's living. And so I understand where Curtis is coming from. And just watching that look on his face was I mean, I'm not the biggest Curtis fan, but that was still kind of hard to watch. Um TJ, like he was upset, Portia was upset. I mean, yeah, they're doctors and they know, but it's a lot different when it's their family. I'm not gonna lie. Some of the stuff with Ava, like the beginning, the dating scene, the double dating scene with Sunny and Ava and Nina and Austin, seemed like it didn't really go anywhere. It really didn't. But towards the end, you got Dex and that they're looking, following Austin and stuff like that. So maybe he'll get some more answers. Other than that, the scene didn't really go too much of anywhere. And Joss. Now, to some extent, I will give her a certain level of credit. Um, when Josh was like, it's most likely Sunny, people were assuming that Sunny every day, even though Dex was like, well, there was a lot of people in that room. Somebody could have came at Curtis, somebody could have came at Anna, but when you live with the guy long enough, you kind of realize most likely it's Sunny that they were after. But then she starts to lose points when she starts to get super needy. Dex is the hit guy. She knew exactly what he was signing up. With what she was signing up with him. And so yeah, it was his day off. But when you're in the mob, you don't really get a day off now, do you? So the dude was like, I gotta go to work, and she's all whining and everything like that. I was like, bro, relax. Like, it's not the end of the world. The dude's just doing surveillance. It's going to be fine. Um, I wasn't a huge fan of that. Ava was there. I totally forgot the fact that Ava was there. And again, the same with Ava and Austin. Didn't really seem like it went anywhere. It seemed like more of that stuff was going to end up happening on Monday, as far as um, Ava getting the new nanny or whatever to be implanted into Sunny's house and start looking around and stuff like that. So, but today wasn't really too much of anything. I mean, it was kind of a funny scene watching Austin try to flirt with Ava, and Ava, pulled up the knife, and she was like, "Yeah, okay, this is as far as that's gonna go." That was funny. The scene with Drew and Carly, once again, it's like Drew just has his priorities all mixed up. So when he found out that Carly was having money issues because of the fine. Oh, we got to sit there and saw Aurora. Bro, you're in jail. You need to be sitting there worried about watching your back 24/7 practically, not worried about Carly and her finances and stuff like that. So, you see, I'm not going to lie. He seemed like, here's the thing. I felt like he seemed like he cared more about Carly's finances than he did about Curtis being shot. And they're supposed to be boys and stuff like that. And yeah, he seemed like he was kind of concerned. But when it came to her Carly and her finance, he was like, "Oh, we gotta sit there and say, oh, we gotta do something." Like, that's your. Why do people keep, between him and Sam? Oh, yeah, that's your home. What is Donna gonna sit there and do without, like, Donna is like what, 2? She's going to be fine. Okay, stop worrying about the house. Like, it's just a place. She's going to be fine. Everyone is so worried about Carly and her house and her living situation. Come on. It's not like she's going to be sitting there living on the street. So I feel like they need to just take that down a couple of notches. Now, this scene with Sasha and this doctor, I knew the doctor was going to do something as far as, making sure Sasha was going to be in somewhat of a vegetative state. When he stuck her with that needle, or whatever, it's like, all right, yeah, this is pretty much the beginning of the end. Um, Gladys is not there. She's feeling somewhat guilty. I was like, bro, come on. Like, really? Even the doctor was like, yo, shut up. This is what you want. So let me just sit there and do my job. This way we can, get paid or whatever. At this point, does anyone even know what this doctor actually wants? Because it can't be money. It's not like Gladys has enough money to sit there and pay off her debt and give him something. I'm still wondering what is it that he wants that he's getting out of this. Still don't know. It's been a couple of days and we still don't know. Gladys is the type of person that will try people until she tries the wrong one. And when she starts getting up in Diane's face and trying to threaten her, Diane's like, "What? What are you going to do?" And she made it perfectly clear: "Do not ever threaten me." She walked off, and Gladys just had that stupid, dumb look on her face, like she tried the wrong one. I mean, granted, if she really tries the wrong one, she's gonna be, well, she's already in the hospital, so I guess she'll be fine. But seriously, Gladys, and that's another reason why Gladys irritates me, because Gladys, I ran across Gladys so much in my life that they're the type of people. It's like they'll try people until they try the wrong one, and then they'll realize, oh, okay, I shouldn't be doing this. When she got up in Diane's face, she the sad thing is, like, she didn't learn the hard way, but it's like she knew exactly who not to try. And of course, Diane came up in there. The doctor started trying to get all loud, like, "Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing in my room?" And Diane was like, "Yo, shut that off." But apparently, he got exactly what he needed, and I guess he was in his parameters to, um, like, he didn't have to sit there and like, erase it or anything like that. And then they just shipped off Sasha to Shady Brook. So it was one of those things. It was like, all right, she's gonna be gone for a couple months, and then or a couple weeks, and then she'll be fine. I'll bring it back eventually. And towards the end, Cyrus is there. So I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot more. I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot more Drew scenes, a lot more Drew and Cyrus scenes, because they got that particular set, so they're going to be using it. Even if we don't see that much of Drew, we're going to be definitely seeing Cyrus, and we'll probably wind up seeing more Heather, because they're not just going to sit there and waste that set. I can't imagine them just doing that. Oh, and also, Jocelyn got some call from some mystery person, so maybe we'll find that out next week. Other than that, I'm not gonna lie. I felt like there was a couple people that was not really necessary in this episode. One was Joss, my personal opinion. They could have just literally did this whole episode without Joss, and it would have been fine. And two was Robert. He didn't exactly do too much of anything. He talked with Diane for a little bit, and then he just waited in the hall while Diane went to go see Sasha. So was he really necessary? I understand that he's the district attorney, but they could have got, they could have got new Molly there. Or I don't know. I felt like his scene was entirely useless, and he practically served no purpose in this episode. But to be fair, I felt like this episode was just more filler than anything else. Um, as I was kind of surprised to see Carly and Drew. They didn't really do too much of anything. It was just blah. And I know a lot of people don't like Carly and Drew anyway, so it's like it is what it is. But oh, I felt like this whole episode didn't really do too much of anything. Unfortunately, I feel like we're gonna probably get the better episode on Monday. And you know what? To some extent, now I'm sitting there thinking about it. I felt like maybe Nina, especially, and Sunny should have been a little bit more harder on Gladys, because I'm like, your job is to sit there and be like guardianship of Sasha. Isn't it they're telling me that you couldn't sit there and see the warning sign? Now, this is something that people in the live stream said yesterday. And it was like, oh, well, Michael and all her friends should have saw the warning signs. And I'm like, they should have really went down. They should have really went hard on Gladys because she is technically being paid to literally watch her and make sure that she's on a straight and narrow. You're telling me that stuff just went through the cracks and now she's in Sadie Brook and she almost killed someone? Come on, I expect a little more smoke from Nina, especially Nina, because Nina considers Sasha a daughter regardless of blood. You know how Sunny is. So the fact that they were so like light and tame just seemed like got underwhelming when you stop and think about it. I feel like that's about it. I can't really think of anything else that wound up happening. This episode was more of a filler than anything else, so it was kind of unfortunate. Um, I mean, you can sit there and play it like in the background if you want to have some background noise. Um, it wasn't the worst episode, but with fillers, it's especially here's the thing, especially for a Friday, it's like you expected like something, like something to kind of like leave you on a cliffhanger for Monday. But yeah. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.